Hello and welcome to Totally Schway Flipside. My name is Mary.
And my name's Luke. Mary's still got the remnants of the flu we had, so...
Laryngitis.
Oh, is it laryngitis now?
The doctor said.
Yes, but that's what it's escalated to, unfortunately. So, Mary, you're probably not going to talk very much, are you?
I mean, probably not, but, yeah.
Just go over to me then, shall we? Interject whenever you want to say anything. All right, so these are the comments that were left on the episode of Totally Schway, a DC Animated Universe podcast, talking about Rogues Gallery.
Oh, what's that?
What's that? Okay, cheap plug time then. Rogues Gallery is my book that I released recently. It contains 22 essays about the villain seen in Batman the Animated Series.
Oh, do you have any obscure ones?
Yes. Oh, excuse me, my voice wobbled a bit then. Yes, there are some very well-known characters in there, like Two-Face, Catwoman, the Riddler, and there are some more obscure characters like the Sewer King, the Clock King, and you know what? Let's stick with the Regal theme. There is also an exclusive essay that will never be made into a video about the Condiment King, and I hope that...
Well, on your channel anyway.
Yeah, well, what, you're just going to read it out and then go, here is... Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. I keep getting it. This is the...
It would surprise you about me because I wouldn't do that.
No, but I was going to say, in recent months, I've just been swatting away plagiarists who just like re-upload my content or just take chunks of it and try and pass it off as their own. Yeah, the latest in the TikTok saga is that the scammers are now re-uploading the videos and changing the audio, like increasing the pitch, and nobody's watching them now because they're just bad to listen to. But I'm still submitting DMCA takedown requests and leaving comments on there saying, DMCA takedown request coming your way. You can try and edit it. I'll still find you, you loser, etc., etc. Eventually, they'll get the hint to stop uploading my videos, and maybe then we will live in peace. But until then, I'm still at war with them, and that was a massive tangent.
That's okay. That's what Flipside's all about.
Yeah, the tangents. What else is there to say? Yeah, it's available now on Amazon globally. You can get it digitally or in a soft cover. But we have a series of comments here from the episode where we talked about the origins of the book. So shall I get to those?
If you want to.
Let's just do it.
There better be some chicken news.
There is a chicken update in there. I saw when I was scrolling through. So the first comment we have is from the Phantasm, who says, I just want to say it takes a lot of dedication to actually write a book, and I'll be ordering mine soon. Thank you. Apologies for the short comment. No, please don't apologise. It's fine. Although given to the length of some of my other comments, you might appreciate it. Congratulations, you guys. Yes, thank you very much. Right. Next comment then. Oh dear, it's a long one. It's from RJ Productions, who says, well done, Luke. As a published author myself, I'm proud of you. Now, time for the fan fiction of the DCAU lifetime. A different side to him, a Lex Luthor ex Mercy Graves fan fiction, Chapter 1, Mercy's POV. POV? POV.
Did I write this?
When did this become a fan fiction podcast, Mary? Answers on a postcard, please. I guess it'll be right now is the answer. Woo! Okay, so getting to this. My eyes fluttered open as my phone buzzed. I checked it and time was 7:30 in the morning. Damn it, I moaned as my head flopped back onto the plush pillow. I don't want to get up, but Lex will fire me if I'm late to take him to his LexCorp meeting. Who is she saying this to, by the way? I got up and got dressed before I turn, headed into the kitchen to make myself breakfast for myself and Lex. He was surprisingly simple for a rich billionaire and liked a simple eggs and bacon breakfast with a glass of orange juice. I went into Lex's bedroom with his breakfast and sat the tray on the bedside table, then sat by Alex's side on the edge of the bed. I presume that's Lex. My face suddenly flushed at the sight of Lex's oily tan skin. Oh, where is this going? His sleeping form, which felt like the first time in the day where he'd felt peace, and those biceps, his shiny scalp. Okay. If this gets too steamy, then I will stop. I gently reached out my hand and shook Lex awake. Wake up, Lex! Wake up, you oily man! Sorry.
I'm very loud.
I know. He moaned and turned over onto his side, and I kept gently shaking him until Lex suddenly bolted upright awake, panting for breath. "Damn it, Mercy, I was asleep. You could have given me a heart attack," chastised Lex sharply. I recoiled and suddenly looked down in shame. "I'm sorry," I murmured. "I just wanted to remind you of your meeting." Lex exhaled and rubbed his face in his hands. "Right, I'm sorry, I guess I'm a heavy sleeper." He then got out of bed and told me firmly to step out a moment, ain't you? As he was about to get dressed, and I complied. From Lex's POV. I watched Mercy leave as I took out my suit and my underwear. A very specific detail. Mercy was like a puppy that craved attention and validation. Usually I'd find that characteristic frankly pathetic, but with Mercy, it was different. Her wants for affection are actually genuine, and she was one of the few who didn't ask for money or only worked with me to get something. I got dressed and had my breakfast, then got myself ready for Mercy to drive me to LexCorp. Mercy kept fussing over my suit, trying to brush off any specks of dust, which I found grating yet adorable. I sat in the back of the car as Mercy drove down the streets of Metropolis. I looked out of the window and briefly spotted the big blue Boy Scout flying past, and promptly flipped him off, to which he just smiled at and waved before flying off. Mercy tried making conversation, but I ignored her and focused on the buildings and cars passing by. From Mercy's POV.
How rude.
The streets were dimly lit by the dawn as I drove down the streets of Metropolis. It must be in winter if it's only dawn at like 7:30 in the morning. I tried to make conversation with Lex, asking things like, "Did you sleep all right?" But he wasn't very talkative when he was focused on what he had to say in the meeting. Lex was under major pressure to impress the boardroom higher-ups on creating new LexCorp technology, or else he'd have to revoke his position as LexCorp CEO. I was so deep in thought that I didn't notice the semi-truck going past, and before I had time to react there was a crash, and the car swerved from the road, which startled both me and Lex, and suddenly everything went black. End of chapter 1. Also, 20 minutes and 55 seconds. Thank you, Luke. Sony and Disney should take notes. Ha. I don't know what I said, but who knows. Maybe they are. Thank you for your comment, Harry. We'll go on to the next one from Doc Widener, who says probably a short comment as well. Oh, God. Short comments today.
Came here for the real star.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah, that's true. Getting ready to hit the road to a 2-hour drive for the Veterans Day Challenge over in Wheeling, West Virginia. I plan on ordering the physical book when it's available. I am very much looking forward to this. Thank you very much. Hope you two continue to get better. I'm mostly fine now, but you just heard Mary cough then to confirm.
I'm trying to clear my throat.
She confirms that she exists.
I am here. I think, we'll talk about this for just a second. So I think we're finished with the flu for the most part.
Better be.
But I've talked a little bit about some of my health issues. But I have, there's a reason why I have a lot of health issues, because I have an autoimmune disease. And sometimes, even after I'm sick, my body will attack itself. But I'm lucky because usually if I have a cold, or when I had COVID, I'll just lose my voice for a little bit after I'm sick. And yeah, it's just because it's inflammation of the throat or something. So please don't think I'm just constantly getting sick.
I've forgotten where I was in the comment.
Yeah.
I found it. It's a short comment. Should have been very easy to find. May get some snow, hopefully after we got back. Mary, you are so supportive. Would this book have happened without you? Already know the answer.
I don't know, Luke, would it?
Oh, if it did, it would have taken much longer. So happy for you, Luke, and for you as well, Mary. I would go visit Leslie Tompkins and see what I could do to help.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you for your comment, Doc. Next we have Loa Lucas Jr., who says, "Seize the day, it's totally Schway. Luke can really cook because he just released his first book. Go grab a copy now, it's worth a look."
Do you know Luke is actually a really good cook?
Yeah, I made roast turkey legs yesterday, but Mary didn't like them. Mostly because she says she doesn't like dark meat. So, you're some nobody, eh, Luke? Well, let me tell you something, you goddamn Luke man. We appreciate you and your wife in these great videos. Negativity accomplishes nothing but doubt and regret, so go ahead and pat yourself on the back for not giving in to despair when it's so easy to do. Keep on going. It's worth the great payoff, you know. You tried something instead of just doing nothing. Also, is that our Midwestern mom Mary in the intro, or did Gilgamesh turn into a human because she's supposed to be recovering? Go to bed till you feel better. We love you too, girl. She couldn't spend 3 weeks in bed, though.
No, I'm not a good person to sit in bed because I like sitting in like my armchair, but when I've been told to sit in bed, I always, that thing that I've been putting off for 6 years,
Hmm.
I'll end up doing
Mhm.
instead of resting.
Hmm. So to continue Lower Lucas Jr.'s comment, he says, hope you're all doing great today or tomorrow or whenever. Hoping to pick up a copy of your book soon, Luke, and let me say congratulations again. I could still illustrate it if you need. You have to show me your artwork. I can't comment on it till I see, but I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm certain of it.
I am too.
So the reason why I don't include illustrations is because that's the easiest way to avoid copyright issues. If you have drawings of characters that are owned by a company, they may not like you including those drawings. So that's why I've kind of got a generic cover, a beautiful generic cover though, and didn't include any artwork inside, even the artwork that I physically own, because it is still technically Warner Brothers property, and they could kick off if they wanted to, and they may still do it again despite my recent amicable resolution with them. But anyway, oh no, I've lost myself on that comment. Where was it? Yes, just remember, be proud of your accomplishments, but also remain humble as you are, and never forget those who have supported you. Yes, I agree. That's something I always remind myself whenever I complete an illustration and painting to a happy customer. On that note, I plan to be posting illustrations on your page soon. Good!
Good, we like that.
I've been having problems with my eyes again and have to take breaks. Sorry to hear that. Luckily, my comic's second issue got delayed until February, and I'm getting the stitches removed from my eye later this week. So there's been a lot going on in my life that needed addressing. So as always, please keep me in prayers. It's greatly appreciated. Now on to ice. I like iced tea, ice cube, vanilla ice when singing ninja rap, but I'll never support current ice agents, thugs who take a disturbing giddiness in separating families for a paycheck. They now blurred whatever original foundation they stood for as they're racially profiling, detailing innocence, and all this without accountability for due process. It's what boils my blood and causes me to transform into venom, but instead of becoming a lethal protector, I speak passionately against it whenever opinions are welcomed. I support all people of different backgrounds because their experience can help enlighten your own, as well as sharing a beautiful culture.
Ditto.
You'll never know a good friend till you say hi, because if you never say hello, you won't have to say goodbye.
I on Facebook recently. In the past 2 weeks, I don't go on there very much anyway, but I haven't even been checking my messages a lot because I have had a family member that I have had to delete off of there because they did one post about supporting ICE, and actually, what pissed me off the most about it is they were defending ICE agents, defending them. They shouldn't. Those losers don't even show their face. That's how amazing they are. But this is a family member that I got on with as well, which says a lot. But I will not ever, if I ever see anything like that on any of my social medias, first off, I won't even say anything to them. I'll block them and I'll never speak to them again. Whether, you know, whether that's bad or good, I don't know, but they can just, jog on.
To continue Lower Lucas's comment, Lower Lucas Jr., excuse me. Okay, you're all, please take care and have a great one. I wish you all the very best, and RJ, I noticed you never said hi, but I appreciate your cool work as well. Keep up the awesome, everyone, and remember, seize the day by Totally Schway.
Yeah.
Next, we have Ryan Jones, who says, I'm so happy for you, Luke, Wade Wilson, and Mary, Mother of Jesus, about the book.
I'm glad. I like that name.
What, Luke Wade Wilson or Mary, Mother of Jesus?
With the Wade Wilson.
Oh, okay. By the way, will the book include villain episodes like Harley's Holiday, or are they for the next book? So I am going to do... So these are my rough plans, so don't quote me on this 100%. But I'm going to do villain, or character, I should say, character-centric books first. Then once I've got through all of those, I'll start doing ones about episodes. But Harley Quinn, a couple of essays about Harley Quinn will be in book 2. And the Joker. I'm in a good mood this week because Prince Andrew, Andrew, is no longer a prince and is finally getting consequences for his actions with Epstein. I just hope that he will be prosecuted in court and sent to prison. If Andrew went to prison, it will go down in history. Mary, have you seen my video with Jennifer Hale on my channel? I'm planning to do the history of Pixar animation and the history of Walt Disney Animation Studios on my channel if any of you are interested. And also I'm planning to do a video on why I love the Muppets and why I consider them to be ideal celebrities. I know that Mary would not be interested in that. And I don't want that to give her a stroke. But will you be interested in that, Luke? Do you want to answer your questions first?
Yeah, I'll give him a look. Gotta be honest with you. I will be honest with you. There have been 2 types of YouTube videos I've been watching recently because for some strange reason they bring me comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 types of videos. 9/11 videos. Not conspiracy videos, but like the construction of the towers and how awful that was and all of that. Bad parents being arrested. Like, I'll watch the whole thing, won't I?
Yeah.
For being arrested to the interrogation.
And it's police body cam footage, isn't it? Yeah, so you'll watch like 2 hours of that stuff and be like, yeah.
And then those videos that I watch hundreds of them of rare videos that'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
And I will sit there and it will just give me so much comfort. I'll watch your stuff though, because I'm really interested in finding some new things that aren't necessarily that like comforting trauma. Yeah, so I won't watch that. Like you said, I won't watch the Muppets one, but I will watch the others.
Yeah, I'll check out the Muppets video. I'm not like massively into the Muppets, to be honest, but yeah, let us know when you've got your videos out and we'll check them out.
Yeah, there's a sock place. I think it's a sock place here in the UK. That I was looking up socks because there's a specific pair of socks that I want for myself. They don't have them over here, but they have a whole collection, and it's like trickled into all of the website. So I was like, screw this. I'll wait until they get rid of it.
So to close out Ryan's comment, he says, I should have said this sooner, but I am honoured that you consider me a friend, Mary, even though we've never met in real life. I used to think that the only way to make a difference in someone's life was through making movies, when I have my animation studio. But I am glad that my comments on the podcast have made a difference in your life, Mary. But now I know that it doesn't always have to be a big scale to make a difference. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I think some of the smallest things in life have been some of the most important for me because, you don't always have to do this grand, gesture or grand thing to know that you're an important person in someone's life. Just saying hello or talking about, a TV show or a movie or something.
Yeah.
It's just as important as anything else.
Yep. But yeah, thank you for your comment, Ryan. We'll move on to the next one, which is from David Carney, who says, Hi, Mary and Luke. Firstly, congratulations, Luke, on being a published author. Wish you all the success and can't wait to read it. Thank you, David. It's very kind. Secondly, nice to see you on camera, Mary. Just realised the comic under the bed was Justice League Odyssey. Now, that's kind of strange. How did Justice League Odyssey randomly turn up under your bed? Have you got like a...
Is it the Tooth Fairy? Did you lose a tooth?
It's the Tooth Fairy, but yeah, she's just dropping off comics instead.
I take that.
I can't believe that tomorrow will be 3 years since Kevin Conroy's passing away. It still hurts. Have a good week, all. Yes, yeah, and it's funny, actually. To go back to the subject of the book, we were originally going to release it on the 10th of November. And there was a technical problem, anyway, with uploading the document. But then we realised that, the 10th of November is Kevin Conroy's date of death. Move the book. Do not release it on that date.
Yeah, that would have been...
Yeah, very poor
Oh,
taste.
good.
Yeah, very poor taste. So I guess it's good that we had that little technical problem.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I liked the I like the number 11 anyway, so
hmm And it was 11/11, so the date worked internationally because in the US they put month first, then day, whereas we put day and month. In fact, most of the world does
oh,
that.
okay, I thought you were gonna talk about like making wishes at 11:11.
No, I wasn't going to. Anyway, moving on to the next comment, which is from Big Mikey P, who says, apologies for lateness. Strong winds buffeted. My place's electricity and web connections, to say nothing of the shutdown. BTAS truly is one of the peak fictional media out there. That much is sound, Luke. Meh on Wakanda Forever, though. Chadwick Boseman's passing is sad, but it
Stop
doesn't.
it. Stop it. Stop
He's
it.
banned.
Stop it. Don't you dare speak ill of the beautiful Chad.
He's not speaking ill of Chadwick
And I
Boseman.
know, I was just kidding.
Okay, good.
I love Chad.
But it doesn't make up for the misstep of the sequel movie. At least it didn't ruin the first Black Panther, though. Not even Wonder Woman 27 was that lucky when Wonder Woman 84 first came out. 14 minutes and 4 seconds. 65% disagree on the music. It's really good, but not YouTube, Spotify, MP3 replay worthy to me. That was a very specific percentage.
What was it from?
I was talking about how the music of BTAS was so great.
Yeah, of course.
Still sad that later shows like JLU got more generic in said music, and it's ironic that Static Shock has less triviality on its own music. 15 minutes and 6 seconds. The best kids shows, movies, books, and games are the ones that stay as profound for the grown-ups as BTAS succeeds on.
Yeah.
Which makes me ashamed that the human race still has weirdos that love Flash Gordon. Look at George Lucas. 80s He-Man, look at some weird memes. And Naruto, I do not see how they aged well and should be recommended in 2020's top 10s list. 19 minutes and 9 seconds. That's because there's a lot of duds out there, say the latter part of The 100, The Walking Dead, and a bunch of Disney, Star Wars, and post-Deep Space Nine Star Trek stuff, which aged the modern mind lately. Which addled the modern mind lately, which tends to become mainstream news when compared to niche gems that may end up cult classics. Come the 2050s, it can and will be easy to pick out the good stuff and shrug off the bad stuff, because will have gotten more legit info and less sensationalism over the years. Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? In very much the same way that we've cherry-picked in favour BTAS, the Justice League Unlimited, while keeping the Smurfs, the Zeta Project, the Super Friends in Pandora's box. 22 minutes and 8 seconds. Not Mr. Freeze, of course, but yeah, I can see why Clock King can grow on folk like Serumlake. At least channel creators can see dislikes, us viewers can't anymore. You'll just have to believe me when I tell you the like to dislike ratio, but most videos sort of hover around 98 and 99%. The more progressive topics tend to drop as low as 95%, although I think the lockup one is at 92%. I think that's, well, at least it was when I last checked it. But even then, that's still very high. So, yeah. I think ICE can be well reformed in due time. After all, some of their people and techniques can be reutilised against far worse threats, like the inevitably fleeing KKK and the... skip past that part.
Let me read it.
No, he's just talking about Chinese communists.
Big Mickey P.
Yeah. There's something internally wrong about the X-Men to me, though. Batman, Superman, Justice League I can relate to and sympathise, but the X-Men, I'd rather side with the Avengers instead, or even the more covert X-Force. And I don't get why people blindly sympathise with Magneto. He reminds me of those vocal majority Christians, say the Russian Orthodoxy, and the Left Behind writers and Zionist Jews who go too far onto the supposedly love conquers all belief. Sorry, but I'd rather be one of Amanda Waller's confidants. Well, I just think that says a lot about you, Big Mikey P, doesn't it? And listen, we're not all going to agree on absolutely everything. This is a topic we talk about periodically, and I don't really have anything else to say on it, really. But just about how Big Mikey P tends to lean more rightward and is less compassionate.
I just whistled with my throat.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I understand that politics can be different with other people and all of that, but something that I really don't like is when we say it about like say things about specific groups, um, in in certain ways, unless we're talking about like people that like those strawberry candies that we used to get in Halloween baskets. It's like those were never good. Like, how dare you? Like, why would you talk such trash? Like, did tell me if you guys know what I'm talking about. There's strawberry candies, artificial strawberry candies, that the wrapper looked like a strawberry, but it was like a plastic wrapped in it.
I'm not familiar with that product. It
I
was
think I
probably
got to the point there,
yeah.
but I didn't want to talk about
You're
it.
saying that Big Mikey P is a plastic wrapped strawberry.
No, that I just didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
So just to finish his comment off, he says, and considering that Luke will do a video on the brain trust which shows off the logical, deconstructive resolution of what the X-Men shall be, I feel justified. Yeah, maybe watch that brain trust video. I mean, I'm sure you don't agree with what I said, but that doesn't change the fact that that's what the episode was saying, and I agree with it.
There's a video that I used to watch on YouTube, like when I first discovered YouTube. It was by this person that did like digital like animation, like the 3D animation, and it was like of this face it was just a face, and it was like mechanical, and it had almost like a monitor arm as a neck, and then I like put makeup on and stuff like that. That'd be cool to watch too.
Okay.
Does anybody remember those two things that I've talked about? Or is that just me, like, I don't know.
And the final part of the comment is Dan Reba for the forward. Schway. I don't want to take a tour of Gotham, instead detour to Dakota City. Harley Quinn next, eh? All right. Do also mention why some Harley Quinns don't feel as likable.
I will be talking about one Harley Quinn, two Harley Quinns, and that's it. But mainly the Beat House one, because that's my favorite. I'm not even gonna lie.
And it is a DCAU podcast. It would feel odd to be talking about something that is not DCAU.
Well,
and I suppose
I'm gonna
mention it in passing, but
yeah, no, I am gonna mention the Margot Robbie one because I really liked. I liked that it was different, but it still has some of the same aspects of Harley, but in a different interpretation. But yeah, we'll get to that more next week.
So we're on the final stretch here. The last comment comes from Screen Wiper with his chicken news. He says, Friday the 14th of November. Since she started reducing her egg laying for winter, Mabel has been molting. Since Halloween, the last day this year that she laid an egg, she has been shedding loads of feathers. They have made for excellent bedding and insulation inside the coop. When cleaning it out, I throw away as few as I can. Mabel is small and sweet and the lowest ranking hen in the pack. She had general anxiety and since molting has felt more vulnerable and anxious than she has done in ages. Even I make her nervous and she damn well knows that she's under my protection, but the anxiety is displaced. It is unusual for low-ranking hens to get bullied more when they lose their feathers, but my hens are too well trained for such uncouth behaviour. I said unusual, so excuse me, it is usual for this to happen. The other hens haven't picked up at all. They know messing with Mabel means messing with me, and they don't want to mess with me. Either that or the social bonds between the hens are so close now that they just don't desire to bully anymore. They do seem closer and their social hierarchies less overtly enforced these days. Wilma pecked Mabel once early in the morning yesterday because she was tired and hungry and grumpy, and Mabel was stood in her way in front of the feeder. I told her, Wilma, don't be a dickhead. See if we can edit that into the Flintstones title sequence. And that was that. She never did it again. Also on colder nights over the last couple of weeks, mainly when Mabel's molt was at its worst, Wilma slept in the same chamber as Mabel to keep her warm. That's good leadership, and I told her so. As captain of the pack, Wilma can sleep wherever she wants and only ever shares a chamber if she chooses to. So I do think this behaviour came from a place of genuine compassion. For the last 3 or 4 days, Mabel's new feathers have been growing through. She's a spiky girl now. Her confidence has made a slight improvement, and it might be why Wilma has started sleeping in the chamber all to herself again and pecked her that one morning. Betty and Doris, meanwhile, seem fine. Doris had a bit of cyanosis yesterday afternoon and this morning, but it cleared up now. Betty has been quite chatty lately, which is nice. She talks almost as much as Wilma. Doris is still the chattiest one, though. All the hens are spending lots of time in the bath. The outdoor dirt is too wet to bathe in most of the time for these days, and I'm going to have to buy more sand to put in it soon as they kick and flap it out on the floor, where it gets wet and pooey and unsuitable for bath use anymore. I was going to make a joke then, but no, never mind. It would just sound odd. Also, congratulations on the book, Luke and contributor Mary. I'm sure it'll be a great read for fans and casuals alike. Yes, thank you very much, Screen Wiper. So those are all the comments. That's everything that I could find. I did refresh to see if there are any comments caught in the whatchamacallit, the swear filter, the spam filter, all those filters.
Which I've
Nothing there
recently
to
add a few words that I've discovered on TikTok.
So that's the end of the episode. We made it to just past the half an hour mark, so a slightly shorter episode this time. We'll be back here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Talking about your comments on the next episode of Totally Schway about Harley Quinn and why Mary loves her so.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna I will have my advent calendar out before December. But
could you clarify what you mean by your advent calendar?
So last year I started a new tradition of making Luke an advent calendar out of old, retro figures and things. This year has been a little bit harder because of, some of the changes that have happened in the US. Because predominantly I get stuff here in the UK, but there's probably about 25-30% of it last year that I did get from the US. So I'll give you a little thing on why that's happened that I haven't been able to do as great as I thought I was going to be able to. We sent some squishmallows over to a friend of Luke's in the States so that they would be able to send it over here.
Yeah.
The squishmallows were like $19.99 or something like that in dollars, which, okay, that's fine. But the postage here to the UK, squishmallows are really light. I think they're less than, together, they're less than 5 pounds in weight.
Mm-hmm. And they're not massive either.
No, they're the medium ones.
Yeah, they're the size of like a small cushion.
And it was like over $400.
Yeah, for the postage.
We didn't do that.
No, I just went to LA instead. Which was, funnily enough, return flight only cost a little bit more than that.
Yeah. So that's the main reason. It's not as not luxurious, but as nice as I wanted it to be. But I am hoping that next year, I know, Mr. Baby Apollo, I know that next year I already know what I'm gonna do because I've already started looking into things. And I think I can get most of those things in the UK. Yeah, that's totally great update thing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for all the lovely messages and everything. It's been such a weird month, this past month, not only in the world, but just I think with everybody at the moment, somebody that's ill. And luckily, Luke and I are fairly healthy-ish. Well, Luke is anyway. And we've gotten over it for the most part, but you see so many people who you thought were really, really healthy and, on track and all of that, and they're just down for a month and a half and all of that. So it's been such a strange time. So please, guys, don't forget to hydrate. Drink a little bit of water, warm more if you want. Uh, have some fruit and vegetables. Um, rest if you need to. I should practice what I preach.
Mm.
And just be like you guys always are, because all of you guys are always very kind and all of that. So just continue to be awesome and just remember how much you change people's lives for the better. Thank you.
Yeah, stay Schway.
Yeah. Toodles.